Mi gente, when I first moved to Miami, though I came here very much on purpose, I was still very much living in the world. I was new to the city, so I got this app, this babysitter app, and got a sitter for my girls and went down to the strip. And I was dancing, having the best time. I met this really sexy Dominican guy who worked at the club, and he pulled me out on the dance floor. But the problem is that the night that I met him, I also met his best friend, the Boricua. The Dominican guy, he was so sweet, such a gentleman. He used to bring my girls and I food, and he even got me a job at the bar, which I couldn't keep because, I was a mom, but he really cared, But the problem is that he wasn't his best friend. The Boricua, he was taller, he was darker, he had more swagger, and all of the women were throwing themselves on him. So one night, the Dominican guy, who's always the guy who called me, he was always looking for me, he was always asking about my daughters and just always concerned. He was like such a good friend. And so he invited me to the club, and I got a babysitter and I got all decked out and I went to the club, ordered myself a drink outside. But he's not the one who came out. The one who came out was his best friend. Now, I had arrived to the club fashionably late, and he had just finished a set. So he was wearing like a loincloth. He was all sweaty and glistening from dancing on stage, and he was so aggressive. And he took my hand and pulled me up out of my chair, and he pressed me up against the wall. And then he bit his lip like this. And then, before I knew it, he had leaned in for a kiss. Oh my God. I was in a reverie. A reverie of love. But just as suddenly, my sweet, sweet fantasy had turned into a nightmare, because the Dominican guy had come out to meet me, and he had seen me making out with his best friend. Ese hombre no estaba jugando. Le dio a su mejor amigo un maldito coñazo. Boom! He knocked him out, put him to sleep right in front of me. And suddenly, I knew the truth. That I had made a grave mistake. Instead of choosing the man, I had chosen the bot. But now it was too late, because the Dominican man, he never spoke to me again. Everybody's out there searching for the perfect body, the perfect bot, look. But the truth is in the details. It is in the way that bodies worked. So do not make the same mistakes I made. You gotta make that body work. Go get it. Accept it with love. Endure it with patience. Return it with force.